Hey, Shalom, Shalom, Halayla Tawab, which is good night, and knock now, HaDabar Shal HaYawam, Call Shabawai Baharacha, Wakak Shal Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shama Amath, which is truly here with the Hebrew Israelites coming to you week in and week out through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, to preach to you so called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, Haitians, and Israelite foreigners, Nacham Atam, Kaya, Hamalak Watasha, Mayim Korah, repent ye, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Call Halayim La, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, Bahasham, Racha HaKodash, Wa Mashana, Kabadim Zukoyim Nawa, Wa Malaakim, Shaw, Yashal Zukoyim, Racha Gadawa, Wa Chasa, Wa Shalom, Wa Barakim, Laha, Bachayim, Shaw Ha, Gawayash Shalom. All right, so all praise to the Most High Yahweh, which means He exists, Bahasham. In the name Yahweh Shai delivers double honor to the elders and apostles of Israel, the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, mercy, peace, and blessings to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom, which means peace. All right. HaYawam, HaDabar Shal HaYawam. Today, the word of the day is Kahan, which is priest. All right, which is spelled, or it's built. All right, Ka-ha-na, Kahan, priest. All right, which the Ka goes into allow. All right, Ha goes into extended arms. All right, and then the Na goes into a seed. All right, and then the root word that it comes from is related to Khan. All right. So, the definition of a priest, all right, I'm going to get it in the blue letter. This is Malachi 2:7, the word for priest. All right, and it says Kahan. It says priest, principal, officer, chief, ruler. All right, then it says a primitive root, apparently meaning to mediate in religious services, because essentially what the priest did was, going back to the definition of his name, it says figuratively to put on regalia, that do the office of, execute, minister the priest's office. All right, mediate in religious services. All right, because when you go to the meaning of priest or the letters, all right, it says allow. All right, when you allow something, that means that you're open to it. All right, then it says ha, which that means extended arms. All right, so that's extended arms, which is the ha, and then you got the seed. All right, which that seed will be the seed of righteousness. It says seed or righteousness, but I meant to put of. So that's the seed of righteousness. All right, because essentially what the priest did was extended his arms, to heaven, because he's the mediator of those that's under his care. All right, that's why it's Kahan, and it's related to Khan because Khan means to open the seed. All right, and which with the seed, it's firm. All right, I'm gonna get that as well, how it's related to Khan. All right. All right, this is the word for so, which is synonymous with the word for Khan, which is yes. All right, and it says it comes from the root word kawan. All right, then it says down here, it says upright, honest. It says rightly, well, so, thus. All right, let me see. Nevertheless, it says on that account, it says upright, honest, erect, rightly. So essentially, let me see if they got more in here. It says to be right. It says wise. It says true. All right, which, that goes into, yes. All right. And reason being, while Khan goes into, it has a related definition of Khan is because it when you have Ka and the Na together, all right, essentially means that seed is being established. So if something is established, that means that it's fact, it's true. How Jake says facts, or Salah. Essentially, Khan, again, it goes into yes, you see, but when you have a seed and it's planted in the ground, right, that means that it's rooted, it's established, going into this right here, it says to be firm, to be set up, be securely, to prepare, be arranged, all right, because it's truth, it's facts, it's established, In contrary, you have la'ah, which means no, You see, but when something is the truth, when it's facts, you can say Khan, But again, it's related to Kahan, because essentially what the priest did was he was the base, in which he got his base from Hamashayak. You see, the foundation. All right. So I'm gonna read this right here. It says the role of a priest entailed of him stretching his hands. All right, Salat, extended hands toward heaven. All right. So the role of a priest entailed of him stretching his hands to the heavens, interceding on the behalf of those under his care in order to preserve their lives before the Most High. And the root word is related to Khan, all right, which essentially goes into the opening of a seed. A priest opens seeds of righteousness because, when a seed grows, a plant buds and grows to heaven, which is the way of the Lord, all right? And the scriptures liken Israel to a lily. The scriptures also liken Israel to a olive tree, a plant, you see, and that plant is able to fully grow properly, all right, when it's going the way towards, heaven, the way of the Lord, And essentially, that's what the priest did. The priest taught the people. All right, that's what Levi Lawya, all right, which comes from Lawa, which means to be joined unto, which Lawya means joined unto me. All right, but nevertheless, let's get a precept. This is Mashal Proverbs, chapter 15. We'll get verse 24. So it says, "The way of life is above to the wise, that he may depart from hell beneath." You see. So the way of life, all right, who has their communication and their conversation in the heavens? You see, the elect, all right. So the elect, is symbolically those plants, those seeds that's growing up to the heavens. You see, because they have their communications in the heavens, all right. That way of life. It says the way of life is above to the wise, all right, and it's spiritual because them seeds that's planted, all right. That's the elect, and they're going towards the way of life. That's why it says the way of life is above to the wise, that he may depart from hell beneath. All right. Let's get another one. This is Malachi, chapter 2. Let's get verse 7. It says, "For the priest's lips should keep knowledge, and they should seek the law at his mouth, for he is the messenger of the Lord of hosts." Now let me get this in another version, NLT. All right, and the reason says, "The words of a priest's lips should preserve knowledge of the Most High, and people should go to him for instruction, for the priest is the messenger of the messenger of the Lord of heaven's armies." You see, so a priest is essentially someone that builds up, or allows something to grow up through the spirit. All right, because I'm gonna get this definition for priest. It says Kahan, or that's not the one I wanted. I wanted to get the word for messenger because it said he's the messenger of the Lord. It says Mala'ak, all right, which is representative, and it says also prophet, priest, or teacher, because that's what he does. It says one sent as a messenger of the Most High. And I want to get to something else. I'm going to go back to the word for priest. And it reads, it says, I'm going to go over. It says, "He who stands up in anyone's matter and labors in his cause, because he got his arms lifted up to heaven." All right. Let's go back, go over. It's a lot. But yeah, that was pretty much the point. I'm looking for a particular word. So give me a second. It's all good. This is the Baryam, Deuteronomy chapter 21. In verse 5, it says, "And the priest," the sons of Lawya shall come near, for them the Lord thy power hath chosen to minister unto him, and to bless the name of the Lord, and by their words should every controversy and every stroke be tried. Because essentially that was their lot. You know, the Levites, they were the teachers of the nation. You see, they were essentially dealing directly with the Lord. All right. And who is our mediator now? Hamashiach Yahweh Shah. You see, he's the mediator. He is the chief high priest. All right, he's the messenger, because we can't go directly to the Most High Yahweh. All right, this is Second Chronicles, also Second HaDabar Shal HaYawam, chapter 17. We get verse 8. It says, and with them he sent Loyah, even Shemaiah and Nathaniah and Zebadiah and Asahel and Shemermoth and Jehonathan and Adaniah and Tobiah and I'm gonna get it in Hebrew. It says Tawab Adan Yahweh, Tawab Adan Yahweh. All right, which that goes into my Lord is good. Or Salat. I'm gonna go back to that. Khan should be Tawab Adana Yahweh. All right, which is my Lord is good. So it says Levites, and with them Elishama and Jehoram priest. All right, and they taught in Yahweh and had the book of the law of the Lord with them, and went about throughout all the cities of Yahweh and taught the people, because they essentially were the teachers. That was a definition I was looking for as well. That word priest, it corresponds with the word teacher, because a priest also teaches the people. All right, he's essentially the mediator. You see, in the chief high priest, Hamashiach Yahweh Shah. All right, he comes in the volume of the book. All right, and he's teaching the elect. All right, where the hopeful elect is following in his footsteps. You see, through the Spirit. All right, let's get another one. This is Devarim, Deuteronomy chapter 4. We get verse 4. It says, but ye that did cleave unto the Lord your power are alive, every one of you this day. Behold, I've taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whether ye go to possess it. Which, you know, through the Spirit, the priest taught, all right, the nation, the statutes, the judgments, all right, in the scriptures. So it says, keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is there so great, who hath the Most High so nigh unto them, as the Lord our power is in all things that we call upon him for? And what nation is there so great, that hath statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law, which I've set before you this day? Only take heed to thyself, and keep thy soul diligently, lest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen, unless they depart from thy heart all the days of thy life, but teach them thy sons and thy sons' sons. You see, so, but pretty much the point, you know, the priest was the one that taught, going back to the scripture we got in Second Chronicles, because he essentially groomed through the Spirit the ones in his care in the way of righteousness. All right, and being that the elect is being groomed now, you know, pretty much Godship school, lowercase g. All right, that's having our communication in the heavens, growing towards the heavens. All right, and it's essentially what priest goes into, Kahan. All right, because he's the one that mediates between those under him and then the Lord, which that's Hamashiach Yahweh Shah. That's what he's doing. He's the mediator in the heavens. You see, and that again, that Marsha not to say again, La Marsha not to say again. All right, Ka goes into open. All right, Ha goes into, you know, the arm spread towards the heavens, and then because the priest was the one that mediated. All right, then you got the Na, which is that seed. It's a seed of righteousness. You see, it's essentially established and rooted. All right, therefore, going back to this precept right here, this is Proverbs Mashaliah chapter 15 and verse 24. It says, the way of life is above to the wise. All right, because the wise is growing. All right, going into this precept right here. This is Proverbs 4 and verse 18. It says, but the path of the justice is the shining light that shineth more and more unto the perfect day, because the elect is growing. All right, going back to this precept that we just got. Proverbs 15 and 23, it says, the way of life is above to the wise because they're growing. All right, they're growing in the correct manner because we're listening to Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shah. All right, and Yahweh Shah is that mediator, and he comes in the volume of the book. He's the chief high priest. All right, and this is essentially his job. You see, it says the way of life is above to the wise because those seeds are growing, that he may depart from hell beneath. All right, so we can escape out of this wickedness. All right, the various different captivities that the elect is scattered to. You see, so again, Marshana La Marshana. To say again, Kahan, HaDabar Shal HaYawam, that's the word of the day. All right, I don't want to Zaza, but now your power, Lord's will. That was a beautiful edification through the Spirit. Why I don't want to Zaza, Adam Yash, Layla Tawab, a Lord's will. You have a good night. Call Layam La Yahweh Basham, Yahweh Shah Basham, Chak, Wadash, double honor to the elders and apostles of great milestone, told me this truth from Ruel. And much respect to you bros out there pushing this truth with all righteousness and sincerity. Shalom, shalom. Halayla Tawab, which is good night. While Yahweh Mahar, Abachayar Yam, a God sweet to the elect, a Shalom, shalom.